everyone. In this video, I'm going to go over the complete end-to-end workflow that we have in order to launch a cold email campaign. You'll see all of the steps that we take to make sure that everything is all set and ready to go. And yeah, we're just going to jump into it. So every cold email campaign that I start always starts with the copywriting, because the copywriting always determines what personalizations and what extra things that we're going to need. So this is specifically for a staffing and recruiting firm that places virtual assistants into companies. This is exactly the workflow that we're going to be setting up for them. And there's going to be a lot of criteria that we're going to weave in and out, and like if-then statements and things like that. So here's the copy, just 2 emails. Our TAM has over 1 million people in it. So we're just going to keep it to 2 emails. Help with company name is the subject line. I was on your LinkedIn and noticed you've kept the team lean. Have you thought about bringing on a person to take care of repetitive tasks, and then will AI generate repetitive tasks that they shouldn't be doing anymore? The reason I ask is because we help business owners offload tasks to virtual staff so that they can stay focused on the higher leverage, more rewarding elements of the business. Would this be worth a chat? Email 2 threaded to this. To add some context, I figure you might have tasks like AI generated enjoyable tasks that you find rewarding, and other tasks like the ones I mentioned in my previous email that are less rewarding. Would it be useful to outsource some of the less rewarding tasks to virtual assistant staff for a fraction of what a US employee would cost? Just want to hit home that it's a fraction. So now that we have our our copywriting set, usually now I go to Apollo and I'll build my list from here. And so let's see here. In Apollo, basically we're targeting any company, and we're targeting the CEO, president, founder, or owner of companies in the United States with 1 through 20 employees. This is who we're going after for this particular campaign. There's over 1 million people in this campaign. I already have 430,000 people saved, so we're going to be chomping on this list for a pretty long time. So what I did is I just selected 1,000 people that we have emails for, and I downloaded them. And now we're going to build our clay table, because for most of our campaigns, we're going from an Apollo search to a clay table to a smart lead campaign. And so now I'm going to show this off. And so now we're going to go to our clay table, and we're just going to start a brand new campaign off of the data here. New blank table. Okay. And as soon as this opens, I'm going to just clean up the columns a little bit, because the columns, it's going to take every column from Apollo, which I don't actually want all of the columns. So we're just going to pause and I'm going to clean those up. We have whittled this down to the only fields that we need. And so the very first thing that we're going to do is, I like to just go through the copywriting and just fulfill on everything that we need to say. So first we need to say company name. And so I'm not going to say one of these company names. So I'm going to go to normalize a company name. I'm just going to use Clay to normalize this company name. We'll normalize the case. So yeah, it says like Cost Connect there, and like City Center Partnership. And then this is totally in caps. Let's see. Yeah, in caps, just total caps, right? We don't want that. So we're just going to normalize it, and we're just going to run it. So while we're setting this up, we're only going to run the first 10 columns just to make sure that we're always, staying with everything. Now, one thing that I didn't say was actually this email is going to be dynamic, which means that if if no entry job is detected, and then we're going to do email 1 if entry job is detected. First name. I'm going to write this and just pause, and then I'll show it to you. Just copy real quick. And so if the job is detected, what is this? Yeah. If the job is detected, notice you're hiring for a administrative assistant. In the job description, it looked like they would be responsible for things like, and then we're going to generate what they're going to be responsible for with AI, considering the job description said, and then we're going to have AI quote itself so that it looks really, really, really clean. Have you considered hiring offshore talent to complete jobs like this for a fraction of what a US person would cost. Whoops. Let's catch myself. We have companies place vetted virtual assistants to take care of these tasks and others. Would it be useful if I helped find a person for you? And that's how we're going to do this email. So I like to go stepwise and just complete all of the personalizations that we need. So then company name was done. Now we need to do like AI generated ideas. So now we're kind of getting into a fork in the road where it's like either we're going to generate the AI generated ideas or we're going to generate this email. And so we need to get that part done. And so the way that we're going to do this is first we're going to find if they have an open job. If they don't have an open job, they'll get this email. And if they do have an open job, they'll get this email. So that's what we're going to do first. So we're just going to come here and we're going to use the LinkedIn data. Where is it? Find active job openings via LinkedIn, and we're going to use their company LinkedIn URL. And then I already have a bunch of keywords we're going to be searching for. So these are a bunch of our keywords, and we're going to put in our exclusion criteria, and then the location is going to be the United States. Cool. And so now we're going to see if they're hiring for these positions or not. So we'll let this run, and then we're going to get some conditional stuff going. So company not found, that's okay. Let's see. I'll just pause for this to run. So we're actually getting a low hit rate on this, which I can totally understand. So what we're going to do is we're going to run all of them, and then we're going to filter by the ones that we do find something for so that we could work with them a little bit more intensely. Okay, so this is still running, but it's taking too long to actually find things, and most of these companies actually haven't had a detected job, which is totally fine. We just need to handle it for in the future when there are detected jobs. It's only 1,000. It makes sense. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna map in a job title and say like entry data entry specialist. And I'm gonna pop over to ChatGPT and make a job description. Great. So we have some mock data to be using here while we wait for some real data to come through. And so basically what we're gonna do is now we're gonna turn on the use AI and we're gonna write our prompt. And so what we need to fit this into is notice you're hiring for job title clean. So we need to clean the job title. So job titles, that's going to be the first thing that we're going to do. And we're going to map the job title that we found here. And then we're just going to save and do not run. And then we're going to do that here. Cool. Not much to clean, so that's perfect. So now we have the job title cleaned, and now in the job description, it looks like we'd be responsible for things like, so sometimes I'll write the copy like this, but really we're going to do this whole line in one shot. So we're going to go here, and we're going to hit use AI, and then we're going to prompt. So we're going to say, sometimes people are interested, so you could skip ahead, but sometimes people are interested with the way that I come up with these. So using the input, create a sentence outlining what the job is responsible for. Here it states that the input is a job description. This is the input. We'll just use one of these. Oh, no, no, no. So now we're going to map the job description from the clay table. Right, using input, output a sentence that looks like this. I'll put this sentence, just an example, has nothing to do with the input. In the job description, it looks like they would be responsible for things like speaking with customers when they have issues, considering the job description said, considering the job description said responsible for customer or frontline customer support. Rules of the output. The output must be in the format listed above and should infer what the job description is for. Now, what the job description outlines the responsibilities to be and quoting what those, quoting where we learned that from the job description. The inference should not use the same keywords as the quote. Keep the output under 20 words. In each output with my prefix. This is my prefix. And now we're just going to stay in control of it. In the job description, it looks like things like. Cool. Now we're going to give it a ton of examples. This is the tough part. So now, well, not the tough part, but this is like the tedious part, I guess. So we're going to copy and paste the whole thing. And then we're going to come in here. And then we're going to not take this job description. We're going to do this. We're going to take one of the job descriptions we put in. Great. We're searching for a dedicated empathetic to join our team. And yeah, so basically, same thing. So now the output, we're going to take the output in the job description, things like handling customer support issues, considering the job description as and then we're going to quote it. And now we're going to add one more example. We'll do the same thing, grab this, and then add one more example. And then we'll grab this. And we'll read this for a little bit. Reporting on channel success. It mentions. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Oops. Use social media analytics tools to track key. There we go. Oh, this is going to be enough. We're going to let it rip. We're going to let it rip on 3.5 first, and then we'll see how this goes. So the conditional formula here is we need to make sure that the job description is over 40 characters because we don't want anything garbage. Actually, we need like really, I need like 200 characters because we don't want any garbage. And we're going to generate formula. Okay, great. So now we're gonna hit this. We could save and run the first 10 because we know what actually qualifies for this. And so we'll just let it run. Now we have an output, and so we just want to like read through and make sure that it's not stupid. In the description, it looks like they would respond to maintaining act as mentioned in the job summary. Interesting. I don't know why it said in the job summary here, but everything else looks fine, and I might just let that go, and we'll fix it at scale later. Uh, like if we find any jobs over here. Oh, so here we have like one job, right? So now we're gonna go here, map this, and so we're gonna add this to job title, and then we're gonna add this to job description. Great. So now we'll see what this output looks like. And it looks like they would be responsible for things like managing calendar schedules since it mentions maintain managers' calendars via Outlook. Awesome. Okay, that's exactly what we want to have happen. So now we are good to go from this. So what we're now going to actually do is we're going to delete all of these because these aren't real, and we're going to actually get the campaign started. So we're going to delete these. Whoops. So this and this and this, we're all deleting. Okay, great. So we're deleting this. This is actually like ready to run. So now we look at this. Do we need any more personalization here? No. So now we're going to say, I was on your LinkedIn and noticed you've kept the, have you thought about, okay. Now we're going to create these AI generated ideas. So now we're going to have, well, now we need to know what does this company even do. So we're going to enrich the company. And yeah, and then we need the company description. So now we have the description here. And so one thing that I actually forgot that we do all the time is we find all of our emails first. And I totally forgot to do this. So we're going to set this up right now. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to use dmounts, and we are going to find if this is a safe to send email address. So this is actually like one of the first things we should have been doing. So we'll validate these emails, and then once we get one valid, we'll put this out, and then we'll say follow email. Great. And now we're going to take this, and we're going to put in the tagma and work email. Oh yeah, use my own employee full name. Whoops. Why did it do that? Last name, company domain, website, company LinkedIn URL. Great. All right, so now for the conditions, we're only going to run this if Apollo email is empty. So we can use the AI thing and just know that this is what it is. So this is basically saying like if it's empty, run. So now I want the output to be email. Great. So now we're going to move all these over. So basically, this is how we don't run things unless we absolutely have an email address for them, because then it would be silly if we were to actually run them. Great, so Tagma couldn't find another one, and we're just gonna run this to just make sure. So we'll just hit this a couple more times. And so then what I like to do is then we have both of those, we'll have a merge column, and then we're gonna do the Apollo email first, and then we'll do email second, and then I call this the master email column. And we'll hit save settings. Then we'll move this over. So now what we'll do is like anything that costs money will not run unless we have this master email column. So like this has to only run. This will only run if master email column is full. So we're going to save and do not run. And then this is only going to run if this has a job title, which this only runs if there's master email column, so this is fine. And then same with this. And then this, we're only going to run if the master email column is full. So then we'll do that. Great. So now we have only this data if the master email column is full. So now we can move on and we're going to hit use AI. And now we're going to write a prompt that I have not made a preset for, and we need to make a preset for. So now this is going to be like, crappy tasks people have to do. So I'm going to write this and I'm going to pause the video and then we'll go over it. Have using the input, output 3 bullet points of boring things that this person has to do considering their job title and what the company description is. The input is this. Create 3 bullet points about boring things that this person would need to do. Keep each bullet point under 15 words and be no, that's fine. So now we're going to give it some examples. So we'll copy and paste this. We'll probably just give it one example, to be completely honest. And so then we'll do this. And then we're going to say their job title is CEO. And then the company description is this. We need to grab a company description. Great. So now this is the company description. Okay. The service disabled veteran owned. We provide recruiting solutions for RPA involved companies. Okay, so this is a recruiting company. So, this is funny. This is probably like not the person we should reach out to. We should probably actually make it. Um, what we should do is we should change the email column to only run if the industry is not staffing and recruiting, so that we don't run into this issue. So we're going to solve this problem after. So now we're just going to write this out though, and so create reports and all of the resumes you've collected for them. Another boring thing that a staffing recruiting company would do. So then that would be those 3 things. So now we're going to put this, we're going to take the settings. ChatGPT 3.5 can handle this. So then we'll say like master email. Oh, actually, I don't know how to do it. Well, yeah, maybe I do, but whatever. Master email column is not empty. And we'll do response is empty. Cool. So then we'll hit generate formula. Cool, cool, cool. Save and run. Yep, we're good to go. And then we'll see what these look like. Cool, so we have a lot queued here. So while we're seeing what that looks like, let's go here and see, wow, okay, so the aviation and aerospace, we would have missed that anyway. So we'll do something like in the run settings, we can just put don't run if industry contains staffing. or staffing. It says lowercase. Like I wouldn't want to. I don't know what Apollo is going to do. Cool. All right, and then we're going to take this and we'll just save and do not run. And then we're going to take this and we're going to do like and this is just like the way JavaScript works. I actually don't know really how it works. So anyway, so we'll do that. Wow, the tag is not getting us anything here. All right, so cool. Then we will move over. Let's see what this output looks like. Cool. Manage the financial aspects. Handle administrative such as oversee the logistics, including coordination mix of physical and music releases. Yeah, this is great. So we'll say boring tasks. Oops. And we'll hit create column over here. Now we have the boring tasks for the AI generated ideas. Now we need to create, you figure you might have tasks like, and then we'll do the enjoying tasks. So now we need to do the enjoying tasks. So we'll do use AI. Actually, we're going to take, yeah, let's duplicate it, whatever. So we're just going to duplicate it. Maybe we shouldn't have duplicated it, but whatever. Use the input, output, the rewarding things this person gets to do, to considering their job title and what the company description is. Put a sentence that the rewarding task this person probably started company for because they like the task so much or they are good at the task. I figured you might have some tasks like complete the output in under 15 words. Use my prefix to complete every output. This is my prefix. Cool. Whoops. You might have tasks like blah, 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 blah. And so now we will copy and paste this, put it down here, do it again. Cool. So then we're going to say CEO. And then we'll take the same description as before. Unmanned. Yep. Okay, great. So now we'll take this. I figured you might have tasks like, connecting hired soldiers. He's eager to hire them. I don't think we want to put a period. Oh, yeah, we don't want to put a period. And since it really needs to fit really, really well, we're going to do one more. And we'll do this, and we'll hit this, and then we'll CEO. And then for the company description, let's put sublabel recording. Figured you might have tasks like, I figured you might have tasks like speaking directly and creatively with new artists, and then no period. So then this is only going to run master email column and response, and we'll do, no, this is fine. Okay, so then we'll hit save and run. Cool, so now we'll move this over. And so now we'll get all of this together. Oh, one thing to include too, geez, I forgot about this, is we want to make sure and description. We want to make sure that the description is long enough, has more than 40 characters. We need to do that too. So we'll take this, output is correct, save and do not run, and then we'll do enjoyable task. Just because we don't, if it's too short, then it's just it's gonna be pretty bad. Save and do not run. Okay, great. So then we'll look at this. I figure you might have tasks like revolutionizing battery testing methods and advancing better technologies. Yeah, so yeah, so it's completing the sentence, which I didn't want it to complete the sentence. Might have tasks that you love to do, like. So let's make this easier. I figured you might have tasks that you love to do, like you might have tasks that you love to do, like tasks that you love to do, like, so that way we can get the period, and then instead of saying to add some context that there are other less rewarding. Great, so then that'll all fit. Great, so we'll hit save and run, and we'll just make sure that the prefix is working correctly here. But now we are ready. You might have some tasks that you love to do, like analyzing investment and providing funding solutions. But you might have solutions that do, like ensuring access to excellent Catholic education. Wow, okay. So now we have these. So we're going to map these as well. Now we're going to go once through the copywriting again and just make sure we have everything. First name, AI generated ideas, job title, great. Okay, great. So now we're going to add a campaign into Smartlead. We're going to Smartlead.ai. And we're going to add a new campaign. So we'll say CB virtual assistant recruiting campaign. Great. So I already have inboxes set up for them. And so we're going to go straight to sequences. So help with, say, company name. Great. And then we'll just put first name. Whoops. Then we'll just copy and paste everything that we got here. So we'll do this. Oh, CB virtual assistant recruiting campaign. No job detected. So we'll put this in here. Keep that. And then we'll add a signature in later. We don't need to do that. Then we'll add this step. We will add an email step. And then we'll put this in there. We're going to wait 4 days. First name. Oh, all right. So this is going to be our first campaign. And then now we've started another completely different campaign because the copy is too different. We're just going to keep them completely separate. And so now we'll do this. Yeah, job detected. Help with company name. Cool. And then we'll just do first name. Whoops. Job title in the job description. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, great. And then we'll go set up just the last one. Cool. We'll do this. So now all that's left is just making sure that this all kind of reads correctly. So we are going to do this one first. Maybe it didn't save. So then here for great. Okay, so now we'll hit save and next so that we have all of this. And then we'll go to sequences. Why did it do that? It's all about just getting the data in. So first name we're going to be able to do. So this is super easy. Let's jump over here and we're going to do smart lead. And so now we'll hit add lead to campaign, our smart lead, refresh fields. And then we'll say no job detected. And then, so we're going to map everything. Even if it's not in the campaign, we're going to map all of it. And a big reason for that is just to make sure that no mistakes are made with these custom field mappings. So we're going to come in here and we're going to map everything that we can just in case. Like, who cares? We might mess something up. And well, we might want this data in the future so that everything that we have, we're going to do. So now we're not going to use company name for emails because we cleaned it. So we're going to use normalized name down here, right? And so now, allow duplicate leads across campaigns. Yes. So for custom fields, and this is the most important part. I tell everybody at my company, don't be a hero. Like what you could do is you could look at this and you could say, oh, job title cleaned by AI. And then you come in here, you say job title cleaned by AI. But if it doesn't match the exact case here, then it's not going to matter. So I tell everybody, don't be a hero. Copy and paste this, pull it in here, and see how much different that was. So now we will now get the job title cleaned by AI. And so now, where would that be? Okay, so job title cleaned. That's where we're going to put that. Now we're going to put another one. What else do we have? So then we have response. So this is like, let's see. No. So now this is the job detected. Yeah, no, so we're not going to call this. We're going to say job description analysis is what we're going to say. And actually, we said all of this, so we can delete the rest of it. So it's literally just going to be job description analysis. And then we'll come over here, job description analysis. And then this is that. So we'll do response, job titles cleaned, and then response. Yep, that's what we want to do. Now we have the boring task. And that's going to be in the non-detected campaign. So it's just AI generated ideas. This, this. So we're going to say boring tasks, and then we'll say whatever this one is. AI generated enjoyable tasks. We're going to take that, put this here, and then we'll take the rewarding tasks. And so now we have everything mapped that we could possibly map. We have the boring tasks, we have the enjoyable tasks, we have the job title analysis over here, I mean the job description analysis over here, and we have the job title cleaned. We have first name, last name, website, personal LinkedIn, master email column, all of this stuff. So now this is going to no job detected, which it doesn't matter because we're just going to map everything just in case. What it does matter for is our run settings. So if this is, and so we're going to put no job detected. We want to make sure that everything is filled out and it's not wrong. So we're going to say first name is not empty and email, master email column is not empty. Now, what else do we need for this campaign to run? So this is no job detected, right? Yeah, so no job detected. We need the AI generated ideas to run for this one to be true. So we're going to go to here, job title cleaned, boring tasks. And boring tasks is not empty. No, what we're going to do is we're actually going to put contains dash. The reason why we're doing that is because if somehow, even with all of our checks, the AI says, "Hey, the input doesn't give me a good thing," then it's not going to be good. But if we put contains this dash, the only reason that it ran successfully, it's going to have this dash mark. So we're going to say it contains that to make sure that it's going to run successfully. So we'll do this. Column will run. Great. So we'll hit output is correct. And then we'll run this. And now we're going to duplicate this. And see, this is why we put everything in there together, that we don't have to remap it. But what we will do is we're going to do this. We'll do job detected, right? Yeah. So now we just change our conditional formula. So now we will change our conditional formula to be and job title cleaned is not empty and response is not empty. Oh, yeah, sure. So now we'll have it run. So if we have the job, we'll have a job title cleaned and we'll have a response. Most of these aren't going to run, but that's just the way that it goes. So great. So for the most part, they're not running, but there's going to be an instance where this should run. It was here before. I think it was like in the 500s. Come on. Here. So now, did this run? Let's see if it'll run. Why is the job? Oh, you know what? We don't have the email address. And you know what we need these to have as well that we forgot about? The enjoyable tasks. Both of them need enjoyable tasks. So we're going to check why this didn't run. I just got to check. Master email column. Oh, and then the description. See, this is a perfect example of when we don't want it to run, because then this is going to be too short. The enjoyable tasks and the crappy tasks are going to be too short because this description is so short. Perfect. That's exactly what we want to block this from. So now we have this all set up. It's not running over here, but it is running for these, which is perfect. So now what we can do is we're just going to come in here and we'll hit save and next. And then there's just some setup options that we just need to do, but we'll just hit save and next. And then we have these setup options. Oh, I guess we have to go through the setup options. Hang on. So we're going to come in here and you see, and we just give it a read to just make sure that everything looks good. I was on your LinkedIn. Have you thought about taking your review and approve? Would it be worth a chat? Okay, great. So that worked. I figured you might have tasks like, okay, so see how we have to add some context? I figured you might have tasks like, and then I figured you might have tasks like. So we got to jump in here. We got to delete this. Great. So then we hit save and next, and we're just going to check on this campaign if we did the same thing. Yeah, we did. Cool, so we'll hit save and next. And so now we're just going to read this. We'll read this one now. So I'm like, have you thought about it? Cool. Email 2, figure you might have tasks that you love to do, like revolutionary battery health testing. See how there's 2 periods here? That's something else we have to take care of. So then we do that. Save and next, and we got to go to the other campaign and do the same thing. Save and next. So now company name is missing here, which is interesting. Like everybody should have a company name. So I guess that just means that we need to come in here and we need to say, and company, normalized company name, normalized name is not empty. Whoops. Generate formula. Because the company name is there for sure. Save and do not run. And then we'll just do the same thing for job detected. And company name, let's see, normalized name is not empty. Right. Formula. So then what I like to do is to go to the lead list, and I will just completely delete the lead from all of them because we just, fixed some logic. We don't like lead status, not contacted yet, apply, delete. So we just changed some logic, and I just want to make sure that all the logic is still really sound. So we'll hit this. Save and do not run. All right, great. So now we can now run this for everything. Oh, whoops. So now, since we were working on that small basis, we need to go back and make sure that everything runs. Because we were just working with those 10 rows, and now we're going to work with all of them. Cool. And so basically, I mean, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is basically a walkthrough of how we set up like an entire campaign end to end. This is really it. This is the whole thing. And so I hope you enjoyed it.